really, the first time I heard of it that there is a particular month that is called Father's Day, I was surprised.
You were a father, a friend, role model. You be forever a firm foundation. Oh, we just want to say we love you. We just want to show how much we care. We just want to say we love you and we mean it from the bottom of our hearts. Happy, happy, happy Father's Day to you all, yummy daddies on this platform. Thank you so much for being a father to us. Thank you for giving fatherhood your very all. Thank you for making us the person that we are today. Thank you for making our lives so much better. From the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you so much. We know that God took the strength of a mountain, the patience of eternity, and combined them all to create you that we call Dad. And so for this, we say we appreciate you and we love you so, so, so very much. And so on this Father's Day, we decided to do a special Father's Day edition, and we handpicked a few wonderful special fathers to submit a video, and this video addresses two questions. Number one, what do fathers really want for Father's Day? And the second question is, what is the weirdest or the funniest or the most memorable experience that you have had since being a father? We hope you do have fun watching this. Thank you so much for everyone that participated in this. We are grateful to you and we hope you enjoyed this video. Happy Father's Day!
Hi, Father's Day is a specific day in the year that has been set aside to celebrate fathers like mothers are also celebrated. This year's own falls on the 19th of June. Father's Day. Now, what do fathers really expect on Father's Day? First of all, fathers are the heads of the family and they want their children to grow up, their family to grow up, to develop, to increase in every way, to achieve the goals that he has set on his heart, for which, as the head of the family, he continues to work so hard to bring a life of comfort to everyone in the family.
Voilà, ce que je veux vraiment pour la fête des pères, c'est de passer un bon moment avec ma famille, donc mes enfants et ma femme. Tout simplement, c'est le plus beau cadeau en tant que père.
Wow, Father's Day.
What do men really want on Father's Day?
For me, to have something on Father's Day, I only want to be respected as a father and to be accorded respect of being called a father.
Men really want to be appreciated. Men will love to have their family around them. So anything that will make them feel like the family appreciates what they've been doing all the while, I think will do the trick. Men need a pat on the back on Father's Day. So basically the whole idea is for the family to appreciate them. Any little thing in that direction will make them feel cool.
What do you truly want for Father's Day?
To hang around with other fathers within my family, like my own father, my stepdad, right? And the grandpas.
So be around other men in your family that are fathers.
Yep, exactly.
what men want on Father's Day, I mean, default, even for me, basically, what we usually want is a day of no responsibilities. Not having to do anything, not having to think, not having to calculate, not having to pay for anything or buy anything or have to take care of anything. Just want to sit back, kick back, relax, have some chips, have some juice, watch something, a movie, sports. I mean, I like Formula One, so I love watching a lot of that, and then movies. You know, just have nothing to do, cross your legs, not have to think or calculate. Yeah. So, I mean, and if we get an additive of, like, if you know your husband so well, you know stuff he likes, that he really likes and wants, and he's yet to get it, or, you know, if you can get a gift that is exactly what your husband wants, then yeah, that's an additive, because having a day of doing nothing and then a gift of something you really want, that's totally awesome. So that's for me, Father's Day, I really want nothing to do. I want absolutely no responsibility and a gift or two.
And so fathers really expect a heart of gratitude for all that they do for their families. They expect to be celebrated, you know, in any way. But the greatest of it is to achieve goals for children and the families to achieve the goals that have been set for each of them to make it.
Really, the first time I heard of it that there is a particular month that is called Father's Day, I was surprised, because my setup where I grew up from, there was nothing like knowing something to be called a Father's Day or a Mother's Day. I've never heard of it before until I grew up and actually settled in the society, when I really got to know that there's something called a Father's Day or a Mother's Day. And typically on this particular tangent, a Father's Day, it is really a joy. It is really a very memorable sight.
That's disgusting.
Hi.
The weirdest or funniest experience so far is, so usually on Mondays I drop my son off at my mom's, because all the kids, my sister drops the kids there as well, and then all the kids are taken to one school, then the same school, so my brother does that. So I was dropping him off, I think it was 3-4 weeks ago, and I was kind of in a rush because we were late, and hopes of getting to my mom on time. So I dropped him off and I make it to work on time. And he suddenly went quiet. He wasn't watching his cartoons anymore on his tablet. And then I kind of just turned my head real quick to look at him, and I asked him if he's okay. And he was quiet, and then he was like, yeah, like really softly. He was like, yeah. And I asked him again, like, is everything okay? And he's like, Daddy, you're driving like this. Like, he's basically saying, you know, because I was rushing, and I was trying to like overtake people to get to my mom's on time. He was basically saying I was tossing him all over the place, you know, which was fun. Like, it caught me off guard. I actually burst out laughing, and I apologized to him, and I kind of slowed down a bit, you know, just so he can be comfortable and watch his cartoons. And I asked him if he's okay, and he said yes. So for me, that was like the most recent, funny, weirdest thing that happened. I mean, there's been a ton of things that happened, but this is the most recent one that I can remember.
L'un des moments les plus drôles depuis que je suis papa, c'est qu'une fois j'étais dans le magasin avec ma fille et elle avait un besoin pressant et nous sommes allés dans les toilettes des femmes, bien évidemment, et c'était vide. Moi j'étais tranquille. Après un moment, ma fille finit ses besoins, me voilà qui ouvre la porte, je sors et je vois une femme. Elle me regarde, on se regarde et moi je me suis senti gêné. Et quand je sortais avec ma fille, elle s'est mise à rire. J'ai dit ok, j'étais très gêné d'être dans les toilettes de femmes en tant qu'homme. Donc ça c'était l'un des moments les plus drôles depuis que je suis papa.
Oh, the weirdest and the most funniest and memorable day of being a father was when on the 13th of May 2001 I was called on my cell phone from the military hospital that my wife has given birth to a bouncing baby girl. I repeated after the caller, did you say a bouncing? And she responded, yes, a bouncing baby girl. I said, whoa. I started jumping and screaming in the office there. So everybody was just, Kofi, what is happening to you? I said, whoa, I've just been told right now that my wife has given birth. Then my colleague started laughing. So you don't know? I said, oh, I know. Initially, I didn't understand why they were saying I don't know. But later, I was told by a friend that when you start giving birth, you start going through the family way. That is when you start encountering major problems. But hey, I just threw those things away because my mind was not there. My wife was just giving birth, so the concentration was there. I just told my boss that I've just been called from the military hospital that my wife has given birth. So I just rushed there. And immediately I entered there, I started shouting, where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? All the nurses and the doctors were amazed and they were looking at me. What is wrong with this man? That is what I thought they might be saying by then. So when I got closer to the matron, then she asked, gentlemen, what brought you here? So yeah, I'm here to see my wife. I've just been called that she's giving birth to a bouncing baby girl. I want to see that bouncing girl. I want to see that bouncing girl. Look, they were all surprised because in the African setup, it is something that, no. Yeah, but I was really happy. So the matron took me to my wife. When I saw the little 3-hour baby in the cot, I tempted just lifting the baby. And when I got closer, something just struck me. Hey, is her bone very strong that when I pick her from the cot, she will not break? And the way I was looking at her, the same way, it was very funny to me. Hey, should I pick her or should I just leave her? Something was just going through my mind. No, then I just told myself, no. I won't touch her because I had the impression that if I try to pick her, she will break up, and I don't know how I'm going to respond to that. So I was just did not touch her again. I was looking at her, I was gazing in her eyes.
What is the funniest part about being a dad?
A second, you don't hit. Is I guess part about being a father is moments like this.
That's not what she meant.
Okay. A moment.
Memory.
The funniest memory being a father that I can think of off the top of my head is going to the bathroom with Levi, and me trying to wipe him, and him not letting me, and him running over to my toilet and going, oh look, your poo, and then flushed it for me.
That's disgusting.
Talking about the weirdest thing I've experienced since I became a father, it was when I had some birds. I don't know what type of birds do, but they found their way into the ceiling and right on top of my bed. They kept pecking at the ceiling. And can you imagine this happened when the family had left for Spain? In the night, you hear them go cock, 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 cock. I say, what's this? What at all can this be? Sometimes I'll hit the ceiling with a cobweb brush. Other times, I feel like throwing a stone into the ceiling. But the weirdest thing about it, the whole thing, is that as soon as I get down from the bed and I shout into the ceiling, what is that? Stop this, stop that. Then the noise will cease. Can you imagine? So I ask myself, are these human beings or they are birds?
Watching. So everybody was surprised looking at me the way I was just looking at the baby girl. They don't understand, they don't know how I was happy inside me. Immediately I just asked the matron, so what next? No, they said they just have to observe her for some time before they will discharge her. And in my mind, I was saying, whoa, I've got a baby girl, my first child. It's a girl. What just came to my mind was, oh, I'm only praying to the Almighty God the way I'm going to look after this little baby girl. It will be the most ninth wonder in the world. That was what I was just thinking aloud. But all being good, something just came to me that no, I needed to touch her, to have that fatherly feeling that And surprisingly, when I went and I touched her, then she shouted and started crying. I said, whoa, have you all seen what is happening? Look, the magic worked. Immediately I touched her hair and she started crying loudly. So some of the nurses just rushed in and they were asking, what is happening? I said, no, I just touched her and she started screaming loud. So that very moment I got frightened, because that was the very first time I entered into the maternity ward and saw a little baby lying there, and the whole setup was just something to me. Interestingly, everything went on successfully, and inside me, the happiness in me was just overwhelming, and I started singing. Look, any gospel song that came into mind, I will be singing it, and I came out of the ward, sat in my car for some time, and I was imagining how the whole thing went up. I was told it was cesarean operation, so I was imagining how was it done, how long did it take, everything. But God being so good, everything was very successful.
So happy Father's Day. All of you, try and show your gratitude in whatever form you can to let your father know that his work and his labor over you is not in vain.
It is a joyful sight, particularly in an African setup, to see or to be known or to be called a father.
Happy Father's Day. Bye-bye.
Live my life like it's my last day. Live my life.